here. Okay, so here we go. I'm running from here, hopefully, for a little while. The bedroom. Let's see. So Rhaegar Fireforge, or the Hill Dwarves and Party. Who is Rhaegar again? It's been so long since I've read this. The herald pronounced the name, stamping the butt end of his ceremonial spear upon the hard granite floor. The hill dwarves entered, walking proudly up to the throne where Duncan sat in what was now called the Hall of Thanes in the fortress of Pax Tharkus. Behind him, in shorter chairs that had been hastily dragged in for the occasion, sat the 6 representatives of the other clans to act as witnesses for their thanes. They were witnesses only, there to report back to their thanes what had been said and done. Since it was wartime, all authority rested with Duncan, at least as much of it as he could claim. The witnesses were, in fact, nothing more than captains of their respective divisions, though supposedly a single unit made up of collectively all the dwarves from each clan. The army was, nonetheless, merely a collection of clans gathered together. Each clan provided its own units with its own leaders, and each clan lived separate and apart from the others. Fights among the clans were not uncommon. They were blood feuds that went back for generations. Duncan had tried his best to keep a tight lid on these boiling cauldrons, but every now and then, the pressure built too high and the lid blew off. Now, however, facing a common foe, the clans were united. Even the Delwar representative, a dirty-faced, ragged captain named Argat, who wore his beard braided in knots in a barbaric fashion, and who amused himself during the proceedings by skillfully tossing a knife into the air and catching it as it descended, listened to the proceedings with less than his usual air of sneering contempt. Let's see. What does that mean? Even the Delwar are what? Like dark dwarves or something? And then Argat wore his beard braided in knots, skillfully tossing a knife into the air. Does that mean having an open marriage? There was, in addition, the captain of the squadron of gully dwarves. Those would be the hippies. You can't count more than 2. You know what? I think I actually need to watch. I might need to actually watch the last. I might need to watch the last of this. The last video that I made, because I don't really remember who these characters were. I don't want to mess up, and I don't. Well, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do this another time. Sorry. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. But I'll start doing it. I'll start doing it for like a half hour a night, every night at 8 o'clock or whatever again. Do I respond to chat? Sometimes. Okay. Well, that's cool. But tomorrow night at 8, I'll do it again. So, sorry. How do I...